I'm delighted you have chosen to say yes to changing your life, and it's my pleasure to share with you some insights and tools you can use to take your life from the mundane to the magical starting right now. So let's delve right in. Women today take on many roles, much more than they ever did before. We have become multitasking goddesses, try to be successful at everything we undertake. Looking after the kids, running the house, cooking, cleaning, work, being the go-to person for everyone. Lover, wife, mother, agony aunt. You know the story. The expectations on us are huge, and we unfortunately live in a world that expects so much and does not respect. The role of a woman in today's society is vastly underestimated and disrespected. We have needs just as men do. We need love, support, encouragement, touch, appreciation, beauty, stillness, quiet time, and time in nature. These are among the few of our basic needs. As we go through life multitasking and juggling everything we're thrown, we cope on the outside. However, what's going on the inside is mostly a very different story. We have learned to wear masks to hide this deep sadness and loneliness. We're constantly juggling, multitasking, and holding it all together. I'm certain life was never meant to be this constant struggle and overwhelm for women. Maybe you hear me and you're feeling completely exhausted, overwhelmed, unloved, unsupported, and unappreciated. Maybe you've just been coping for too long, and it's time to own up to your true feelings that have been festering away under the surface, like trying to push a cork under the water, and eventually it will rise to the surface. Allow me to uncover some magical steps that you can begin to take right now. Steps that you can take leading you from where you're at, from this place of boredom, of stuckness, of loneliness, unhappiness, and mundaneness of day-to-day existence that you currently find yourself in, to the magical way of living where you will find bliss in your everyday life and awaken your beautiful feminine essence, awaken the sparkle and radiance you know exists. On the Mundane to Magical program, together with my support and guidance, the entire journey, we will harness the power of your monthly cycle. Heal your gut and your overall health. Declutter your head and find clarity. Say yes to owning your right to feel pleasure. And allow ourselves to fall in love with you, your partner, everyone in your life, and maybe find that love you've been waiting for. Believe me, once you tap into your reservoir of radiance, you will never ever look back. This life is short. We never know when our time is up. It's not to be wasted. That's the biggest tragedy I see in so many women. Having this infinite resource of feminine essence within them and not tapping into it within their lifetime. The first step in our journey is to look at the menstrual cycle and how we can make this work for us instead of against us. I believe that this is the perfect place to start, as it's such an untapped resource. What if, with my support, you could learn to love your cycle each month? Yes, love your cycle. What if you could begin to see it as a gift instead of a curse? It is my belief that it is in fact a beautiful gift we are to treasure. What if we could give up seeing it as a curse? Where did this come from anyway? Why have we been lied to over thousands of years? What if there was something to learn? Information that has been hidden from you, from our daughters, our mothers, for way too long. It's time to end your suffering and find the natural power that lies within your monthly cycle. Believe me, once you tap into this resource, you will never ever look back, and you will hopefully want to share it with your daughters, your sisters, your friends, everyone you love. Together we will learn the different phases of your cycle, learning to navigate effortlessly through each phase, maximizing your potential, We are cyclical beings. We flow. We change just like the moon. The moon has phases, and so do women. We are never ever the same. And I bet that's music to your ears. You're not crazy, you're beautiful, and you're cyclical. You will learn the 4 phases of your cycle, just like the seasons. We have a winter, a spring, a summer, and an autumn. Each of the seasons is very similar to the nature of the menstrual cycle. Once we discover this untapped resource, we begin to flow with grace and ease, instead of pushing in the phase that is meant for receptivity and intuition, never forcing and paddling upstream. Instead, you allow the oars to go with the natural current of your cycle in your life. You release resistance and watch the magic begin to unfold in your life. It's time to accept that we are different and embrace the qualities that brings. We are not men, and we should never try to be the same. Our strength and our power lie in our feminine essence, and believe me, that's not a weakness. Once you begin to go with the flow of your inner radiance, you will tap into resources you never knew existed. You will begin to respect your beautiful feminine body and find pleasure in your body. Learning to love you is the biggest gift you can ever give to yourself and to everyone around you. Loving your feminine essence is the basis of our journey together. Believe me, you have a resource inside of you that is crying to be unleashed and set free. Your inner goddess awaits. Together, we will discover your inner GPS, maximize your potential within each phase, follow your flow and ride the rhythms so that you can finally step into your feminine power. The next phase of our cycle is magical food. To release your inner beauty, you need to eat the right foods. Maybe you're currently suffering from digestive issues, skin issues. Maybe you get bloated from time to time or constipated. Maybe you may be suffering from menstruation issues, infertility, intense PMS symptoms, or irregular cycles. Or maybe you're suffering from anxiety or depression. All of the above can be dealt with via food. Nutrition and the right foods are key to living a magical life. Which would you choose? They're both food, however, have very different reactions within our body. Your gut is the best place to look to heal. We hold 75% of our immune system in our gut. Our gut holds 100 million brain cells. It has its own nervous system, and 95% of the happy hormone serotonin is made in the gut. Did you know that just one course of antibiotics can knock your gut off balance and cause anxiety and depression? Our gut is the place we can look to heal. Each day, new science is discovering more and more about the microbiome, or the gut, and the importance it plays in our well-being, and in fact, our fundamental existence. For every one of your cells, and we have around 100 trillion of them, there are 9 that are not you. The bacteria and fungi that live in our bodies have huge importance and outnumber our cells 9 to 1. We need to learn to live with the little critters as we coexist with them on a daily basis. We exist because they do. On our journey together, we will learn more about our gut and these little critters that make us exactly who we are. What we eat directly alters our microbiome, especially prescription drugs, antibiotics, the pill, stress. All of these affect our gut microbiome, which governs our overall health. Healing your gut can transform your life. Remember, we are made up of bacteria. The mundane to magical healing path will take you on a journey to heal your gut and create much more vitality in your life. It is so much easier than you think. And once on the path, you will feel so good you will never want to live any other way. Getting food right for us as women is absolutely essential to nurture and to create a vessel for us to step into our authentic, empowered self. There are so many foods we can eat that feed our sexy. The way we eat can also feed our sexy. Do you shovel it in, or do you take your time and savor each bite, tasting the deliciousness of each spoonful? This stage of the mundane to magical journey is crucial to stepping into your feminine essence and nourishing your beautiful body from within. We will work with various superfoods and detox methods to create space, energy, vitality, to clear brain fog, bloatedness, to ease aches and pains, create clear and radiant skin, to shed any unwanted weight once and for all, healing your gut in the process. And the most important part is that you will feel amazing. The third part of the path is mindset. Do you constantly feel overwhelmed, suffer from brain fog, anxiety, depression, deep sadness, find it hard to forgive, find it hard to let go? Depression and anxiety are huge in our society. I know from personal experience what this dark place feels like. I was there and I know how to turn it around so it doesn't hurt so much, so that it's not so painful, not so hard. Mindset can be affected by so many different internal and external environments and circumstances. Most of the time we cannot control what goes on externally, and so have to learn to navigate wisely through the outer storms and chaos, whilst remaining calm and sane on the inside. Our menstrual cycle directly affects our minds in a huge way, and the more we understand our bodies and our cycle, the easier it is to navigate through the inner storms and ride them effortlessly with ease and grace. Other things that affect our mindset are diet and nutrition, as I mentioned before. Constantly giving and not returning, no receiving. Multitasking, as I mentioned before, which leads to complete burnout. These lead us on a negative cycle if we're never giving back. There are so many tools we can use to navigate our cyclical nature and our changing moods which affect our mindset. For example, we can use meditation, pampering, affirmations, listening to audios, taking time out of our busy schedule to just be. As we begin to accept our cyclical nature, we in turn begin to embrace all parts of ourselves, including the dark side. As women, selfishness is not in our nature. However, it's actually sometimes absolutely needed in order to benefit you and everyone around you. In being selfish, you're creating space to find love for yourself. It is essential to nurture our femininity and our feminine essence if we are to step into our power and inner strength as a woman. Our mindset about going there and what this brings up is key. You are a powerful creative force. Find time and create habits, and I will support you along the journey. When we change our thinking, we begin to change our life. The mundane to magical path will transform your mindset, preparing you to become the woman you desire to be, feeding your female brain with divine language and thoughts, using the magical goddess meditation, and creating the life you desire through our magical manifesting. Our next phase in the mundane to magical journey is pacification. We will look at where your thoughts are here and what's going on in your life at present with regards to your body. Feeling pleasure in your life. Do you feel it's up to a man to pleasure you? Do you feel bored during lovemaking? Do you orgasm? Is this area of your life non-functional? Have you maybe given up and forgot about your needs as a woman? So many women don't feel pleasure, and this is one area that absolutely needs opened up and discussed. We feel ashamed of our bodies and ashamed to feel pleasure, when in fact it is our birthright. Women are born to feel pleasure. And unfortunately, we have been lied to, and many truths hidden from us for centuries. It is time to step up and discover parts of ourselves that empower us and nourish us. Women's bodies are incredibly diverse and all uniquely beautiful in so many ways. So much lies hidden here that can empower and nourish us as women. The benefits of feeling into our pleasure are incredible and not to be ignored. There are anti-aging benefits, releasing stress and tension that gets stuck and eventually cause disease within the body. Hormones are released that increase happiness and joy. Our immune system gets a boost, and so much more. We begin to fall in love with ourselves and our body just the way it is. There is so much emphasis in the world just now on changing the way we look to make us feel different, when in fact we can tap into that feeling through our pussy power. Much easier and so much less expensive. The pleasure you can feel will change your life and the lives of those around you. You will begin to radiate from within and exude a certain sparkle that people will notice and be drawn towards, and only you will know the source of your inner sparkle. Through this important and essential stage of our mundane to magical journey together, we will get to know your own lady landscape, own the right for you to feel pleasure, and unlock the key and release your divine feminine goddess. The final stage of our mundane to magical journey is relationships. Have you ever felt completely misunderstood, unappreciated, unloved, lonely, ready for a relationship, but they just never seem to work out? The state of our relationships can have a huge impact on how we live our lives and how we show up in the world on a daily basis. If we're in the best relationship, we skip and dance our way through the day, and the opposite has the same effect. When we're in a bad relationship, or one that's not working, we have negative thoughts running through our head. We may become depressed. We may take this out on those around us. We don't show up in the world as our true self. It's time to shift the perspective. Time to focus on ourselves as women in all of the areas I have just discussed and find our feminine essence. As we do this, we can also begin to shift our view on the opposite sex. Most of us see men as maybe the perfect hairy woman. We find faults in everything they do, as they just don't do it the way we would. We expect the impossible, and that's when we get let down. I would love for you to become a queen, to be loved and adored and understood for who you are, every juicy and not so juicy part of you. There are so many reasons we can grow up disliking men, depending on your upbringing and conditioning from birth, your experiences through your teenage years or adulthood. What if we could turn things around and radically improve your relationships with men through your language and through your perception? It's a choice to become a queen, and one that needs to be taken seriously, as it involves commitment on your part. When we commit, we say yes to seeing things differently. We are different animals, the way our brains are wired, the way we think, communicate, the needs we have, the expectations we have, the feelings we have, and so much more. We are very different creatures and should not be expected to be equals. There's so much I would love to teach you in this part of the journey. We will delve into appreciation, which is huge for both men and women, and how we can bring this into our relationships. We will also delve into the specific differences in men and women and the roles they both play in relationships. If you're not in a relationship at the moment, don't worry. I believe this information should be taught in schools. It's an essential component to finding a lasting relationship that works. And also, within the relationships you have with your friends and family, your brothers, your father, your cousins, etc. In working our way through this information together, you will begin to restore passion for your loved one and yourself. You will begin to understand each other and communicate more effectively, resulting in a deeper connection and love for each other all over again. Relationships should be easy. They should be fun and passionate. And it's my intention with this journey that you find this. Through stepping into your feminine essence, you won't want it any other way. Imagine how your life can be so different, so easy, so much more fun, with so much passion, just by tweaking things a little. Now is your time. Together, through magical relationships, we will look at men and women and why they're truly different creatures. We will learn certain tools and languages that are needed. We will step into becoming a queen and learning the language of a queen. The Mundane to Magical journey is 15 simple and magical steps that you can begin to implement in your life to transform and radically shift things in a positive way. It is a program that works and gets results. It is also very easy to integrate into your already busy life, and you have my support the whole of the journey. I greatly look forward to sharing so many magical moments with you in this journey. I teach from the heart and give my all. Life is absolutely full of very magical moments. Together we will indulge, sip, talk, laugh, cry, and create the life that you truly desire. I have a very special one-time offer for you as my gift to the first few who say yes. This is an introductory offer to those who are ready to say yes and make the necessary tweaks in their life to take them to the magical way of living. When you choose the option of one-to-one coaching, you have my undivided attention and support. Once a week at a time that suits you, we will connect. I will guide you through each step on the mundane to magical journey and offer advice and heartfelt support. You will be added to a private Facebook group where you can create lasting friendships and create discussions on the topics you're delving into. This option is for those who want to change their life right now and want my full support through each phase. The second option is group coaching. For those of you who may be on a limited budget or who feel more comfortable in a group setting, then this option is for you. This is a one-time limited offer, and I only coach a very limited number within the group. We will connect once a week at a time set by myself. All calls will be recorded for those of you in varying time zones. We will have a question and answer within the call, and you will be added to a private Facebook page where you can connect with others within the group. I want you to think of this as an investment towards turning your life around. I have spent thousands and thousands of pounds on courses and coaching, and have compiled everything I have learned into one magical journey just for you. Listen to your heart. Feel into the decision and choose wisely. Maybe you hear a resounding yes. Yes to the magic. Yes to ending the struggle of going it alone and trying to figure it out. Yes to creating lasting sisterhood and friendships through the program. Yes to stepping into the life you desire, the life you know lies waiting for you. Yes to pleasure, to passion, to healthy relationships, to a healthy body, to loving your menstrual cycle, and yes to a vibrant, positive outlook on life. I honour you and greatly look forward to getting to know you on a deeper level. We have one chance at this life. Every minute of every day really matters. Think back to this time last year, to this time 5 years ago, to this time 10 years ago. Has it passed in a flash? Do you feel you have really lived and shown your true feminine essence? The real woman behind the masks we all wear, the masks of mother, daughter, worker, carer, lover, wife. If you feel the call, then say yes by booking a discovery call. I will answer any questions you may have, and together we can find out if this program is a fit for you. I only work with a limited number of women so that I can give them my all. I would so love to be able to share this information with all of you, as I know the huge potential that lies within each and every woman. When one woman does the work that's needed on herself, she changes the women around her. You can have a huge impact on those around you just by saying yes and following your heart. Saying yes to the magic. Yes to your feminine essence and power, and yes to changing the world, one woman at a time. I honour you and greatly look forward to getting to know you. Sending you my deepest love and wishing you all the magic your life has to offer.